In this video, we'll discuss the new Coming Soon No Showing status and changes to the Authorization to Exclude form coming to RMLS on May 2nd. In the spring of 2017, the RMLS Board of Directors created a task force to address specific market challenges. The task force was made up of working brokers from the RMLS Board of Directors. Feedback was collected from subscribers in Oregon and Southwest Washington, and 30 other MLS markets around the country were contacted, and their approaches to this situation were analyzed. The market challenges that the task force was addressing were sellers feeling the need to generate buzz about their property before it is active on the market, buyers being able to find and know more about coming soon properties than their broker since listings are not being added to RMLSweb, and in these cases, listing brokers often don't respond to inquiries from buyer's agents in a timely manner, if at all. The limited availability of inventory contributes significantly to these issues. One of the changes coming to RMLS on May 2nd will be a change to the Authorization to Exclude addendum. Listing agents will now be required to upload the completed Authorization to Exclude from MLS addendum directly into RMLSweb, eliminating the need to email or mail a copy to RMLS. If a property is excluded, it will be for the full length of the listing contract, as the short-term option on the addendum will be eliminated. The property may be listed as active again once 30 days from the form's expiration date have passed if relisting with the same brokerage. Along with the changes to the Authorization to Exclude from MLS addendum is the addition of the new Coming Soon No Showing status, which will be abbreviated in RMLS as CSN. The Coming Soon No Showing status is for short-term use for no longer than 21 days, though it can be less, and must have a valid listing agreement as well as seller approval. RMLS looked at an entire year of Authorization to Exclude forms, just under 3,000 in total. 76% of those properties were excluded from RMLS for under 21 days. This fact, along with other rules created around CSN, helped the task force determine that a maximum of 21 days was the right amount for this new status. If you take a listing and choose CSN as your option, but 21 days ends up being too few, you can withdraw that listing. This will begin to accumulate days on market once it is switched from CSN to withdrawn. If you are concerned that 21 days will not be enough before signing, but you want to get the contract signed, choose active on the listing contract with a date marketing to begin that is further out than 21 days. In this scenario, you will not be able to do any marketing on that property until that future date. CSN is considered an off-market status as the listing is not actively being marketed and cannot be shown. CSN listings will be excluded in statistical searches and reports in RMLSweb. The listing agent is limited to 2 marketing avenues while a listing is in CSN status. This includes the publishing of the CSN listing within RMLSweb and the Coming Soon sign writer and flyers at the property that clearly states Coming Soon. CSN listings will be excluded from data feeds, including but not limited to RMLS.com, Realtor.com, HomeSpotter, IDX, Vow, ZipLogix, and other broker-specific feeds, which include Zillow, ListHub, and more. With the elimination of the short-term exclusion from the Authorization to Exclude from MLS addendum, it is important to understand your options when you have a client ready to sign, but they need some time before their property is ready for marketing and showings. Here we have a hypothetical situation of a client signing a listing agreement on January 1st. In our first scenario, we're going to choose active on our listing agreement. In this first situation, you sign on January 1st with the date marketing to begin of January 1st. You will choose active on the listing agreement when signing. You will publish that listing into RMLSweb the same day. You can begin marketing and showing immediately in this scenario. In our second situation, you sign on January 1st but choose a future date marketing to begin. You will again choose active on the listing agreement, but you will not publish that listing into RMLSweb until that future date, and there can be no marketing or showings of the property until that date. In our second scenario, we will choose Coming Soon No Showing on the listing agreement. Again, let's assume we are going to sign a contract on January 1st. The date marketing to begin will be up to 21 days from the signature date, so no later than January 21st in this situation. You will publish that listing in RMLSweb on January 1st, with the date marketing to begin as the agreed date within that 21-day period. Marketing is limited to a sign and flyer at the property that clearly state Coming Soon, and publishing the listing in RMLSweb. Showings are not permitted while the listing is in this status. In our final scenario, we are excluding the listing from RMLS. Again, we sign on January 1st, choosing Exclude from MLS on the listing form. The listing will not be published to RMLSweb, but the exclusion form must be uploaded. You can begin marketing and showing the property immediately. The Oregon and Washington listing contracts will be updated to allow sellers to choose between the 3 publishing options. The agreement clearly specifies the restrictions on marketing for when a future date marketing to begin is chosen and for CSN listings. When adding a CSN listing to RMLSweb, all required fields will still be required for a CSN listing and must follow all other input business rules. Listing load will not allow a date further than 21 days in the future from being entered as the list date or date marketing to begin. If a listing agent submits a list date of fewer than 21 days in the future, the agent may extend the list date up until that 21st day for CSN listings. The CSN listing may manually be changed to active or withdrawn at any time during that 21-day period. When the list date is reached, or the listing has been in the system for 21 days, RMLSweb will automatically change the status of the listing to active at midnight. The required first photo, you can add up to 32, will bear a watermark saying Coming Soon No Showings. Showing instructions and remarks will be masked with Coming Soon No Showing text, regardless of what was typed into the field. The photo watermark and masking of showing instructions and remarks will automatically be removed when the listing goes active. Once a listing is out of CSN status, it cannot be reverted back, nor can properties that were once in CSN status be re-entered as a new CSN listing. Exceptions being if the property has expired or been withdrawn for over 90 days, if the property is being relisted with a new brokerage, or if the property has sold. Open houses and broker tour offerings cannot be set up in listing load for a listing in CSN status. Listing view count reports will still be available, showing viewing counts during CSN from within RMLSweb. Days on market and cumulative days on market will not accrue while a listing is in CSN status. CSN listings will be searchable within RMLS, but will not be included in the default status criteria when doing a new search. Active and bumpable will remain the 2 default statuses. CSN can be searched along with all other statuses. CSN listings will be excluded from exported reports and consumer prospecting auto emails. CSN listings are included in agent-only prospect notifications. CSN can be included in a user's watch list. CSN listings may be used to conduct reverse prospecting searches or using hot sheets. CSN listing reports can be printed and emailed from RMLSweb, including client reports. The RMLS rules and regulations are being updated along with these changes. New and Coming Soon No Showing listings that are input over 72 hours from their effective date can be fined $100. Showing a property in CSN status can carry a fine of up to $1,000 to the listing broker and or the selling broker. Marketing a CSN listing beyond a sign and or flyer at the property can also carry a fine of up to $1,000. These changes are necessary in part due to current practice of brokers not putting listings in RMLSweb and possibly seeking to provide dual agency. The core purpose of RMLS is cooperation and compensation. Rule 3.8 of the RMLS Rules and Regulations requires brokers to put their listings into the MLS. Most properties probably won't require the new CSN status. Use the Date Marketing to Begin field to delay marketing without an Authorization to Exclude form. Presentation of offers during the CSN 21-day marketing period. The RMLS rules state that timely presentation of offers states that all offers need to be presented to the seller in a timely manner. In addition, if the offer results in the need to show the property to prospective buyers or buyer's agent, then the status of the listing needs to be changed to active before the property is shown. If you would like additional help or have more questions, please contact RMLS.